So recently, Mikey Williams announced that he's transferring from Memphis to UCF for the remainder of his college hoops career. And from what I saw on social media, most people's reaction to this news wasn't necessarily as hyped or exciting as it usually is when a four-star recruit announces their college decision. But to me, the reason for this is obvious. I mean, if y'all kept up with Mikey's high school career between San Ysidro, Lake Norman, AAU, and all that good stuff, y'all know how tough he is. And at this point, it's just like, hey yo Mikey, we don't care where you play. Just find a way to get on that court, because the harsh reality is he's close to entering that has-been territory of, great high school hoopers who never really panned out to be as amazing as everyone thought they were. Many of his peers that were also big name high school prospects are now in college going crazy. To name a few, you got DJ Wagner and Robert Dillingham at Kentucky, Jared McCain at Duke, Aiden Holloway at Auburn. Like damn, even Bronny's making some noise at USC. So yeah, Mikey was supposed to be a part of all of this at Memphis. But of course, again, as we all know, his eligibility became conflicted after he faced a couple felony charges. And as a result, we're now in January of 2024 and bro hasn't played a single collegiate game. However, with the news of him transferring to UCF, it seems like he's close to finally making his mark in NCAA basketball. And in this video, we're just going to get into what to expect from Mikey at the college level and whether or not he's NBA ready. Could he still go one and done? Just maybe. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. But anyway, really quick before I go any further, what's up YouTube? Plug Speaks. Back with another video, y'all. If you're new, first of all, welcome. Go ahead and sub. Also like the video if you enjoy it. I upload quality basketball content and we're on this grind for 5K subs, so I most definitely appreciate it. But back to the video. Alright, so let's begin this by looking at the kind of player Mikey is, or at least what we know him to be based off his high school career. You see, standing at 6'2", Mikey is an explosive and offense-minded combo guard. Now I'm sure y'all who clicked on this video have seen this man's highlights on YouTube, but still, I'm gonna go into detail anyway, because make no mistake, there's a reason this man Mikey was so major in the high school basketball scene. He's super athletic, has a great jumping ability, which allows him to be practically a walking highlight reel, especially in transition. He's gonna get that dunk and it's gonna be tough. And yeah, he just has no problem showing out when the time calls for it. His entire high school career was pretty much filled with ridiculous highlights and some dominant performances. To give a really brief timeline, his freshman year at San Ysidro, he broke the California high school hoops record for the most points in a single game with 77. Now, I won't lie, the biggest knock on this performance was that his competition was fairly average compared to some of his peers who play at prep schools and private academies. But nonetheless, y'all, 77 points is impressive. And to be fair, while he was in Cali, he did play some pro talent. Like, he went up against both Evan Mobley and Paolo Banchero as a freshman. Both of them guys are in the league making some noise. Now, that level of competition may not have been the most consistent, but it's something. But yeah, anyway, as for his sophomore and junior year, he spent his time in the Hoop State, North Carolina, where he played for schools a little bit more known for their athletic departments in Lake Norman and Vertical Academy. And during this time, like I said, his level of competition was no joke. While at those schools, he played guys that are well on their way to the NBA and others that have already made it, such as Scoot Henderson or Robert Dillingham, Jared McCain, and more. Then when he became a senior, he decided to close it out in Cali as he transferred back to his OG high school, San Ysidro, and he put up a very solid average of 24 points, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds in 27 games. And yeah, basically all of this summed up Mikey's high school career with, a good amount of hype. ESPN listed him as a 4-star recruit. He was ranked 49th in ESPN's class of 2023 top 100 high school hoopers, and he had a truckload of D1 offers from respectable schools. I mean, just to name a few, you got Kansas, USC, Arizona State, and a few more. But obviously, as we all know, he wound up choosing Memphis, which leads us to where we are today. Because shortly into his college career, he faced some pretty serious charges related to assault with a weapon, which compromised his eligibility to play games. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, from the beginning of fall to late November, his chances at even getting another chance at things were looking very slim. However, after he agreed to a plea deal which allowed for his charges to potentially be reduced to misdemeanors, it was looking like there was light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm not really sure what led him to actually leave Memphis to go to UCF rather than just sticking it out and joining the Memphis team when he's cleared to play. But when I think about it, it had to be something with just a faster process of being cleared to play as far as eligibility. Because at this point, Mikey obviously just wants to get back on that court. It's just that now some questions arise. Because you have to wonder, how good will he be? How good will UCF be for his development? And when can we expect to see him out there? And yeah, to answer these questions, I really believe we can expect Mikey to put up, a smooth 15 to 20 and make an impact. But it's going to bank on him being given the opportunity in the school's program. Now, UCF, it may not be a big name school or anything like that, but they're also nothing to laugh at. Like, let me help jog y'all memory if y'all don't know, because in the 2019 NCAA tournament, this team nearly advanced to the Sweet 16 when they battled Duke in a game that came down to a 1-point difference. Mind you, that Duke team featured the infamous big three of Zion, RJ Barrett, and Cam Reddish, who all went top 10 in that year's draft. That's very tough. While on the flip side, that UCF team featured Taco Fall, who now plays overseas, but he did spend some time in the NBA, most notably with the Celtics. But anyway, the point is, UCF may not be one of those big name schools who deliver consistent NBA talent, but I believe that makes this potentially the perfect scenario for Mikey. You see, UCF plays in the Big 12, which is an alright conference for college hoops, and because Mikey won't be competing for minutes with any big name guys, I expect for him to join the team and to be able to take that driver's seat fairly quickly, because UCF's current leading scorer is their point guard, who's a senior named Jalen Sellers, and although his numbers are solid, nothing to laugh at, bro seems tough. I just don't see Mikey competing with him for minutes, which is a privilege that should not be ignored because it's so much harder to do this at those bigger schools. Like, let's look at Memphis, for instance. Their starting guard right now is former Jelly Fans superstar Javon Quinterly, and he's playing really well for them. So imagine Mikey coming in trying to compete with this guy who's now been playing college basketball for about 4 years, including some NCAA tournament experience. Come on now, it just wouldn't be a convenient environment, especially since Mikey's the kind of player fans just expect to go one and done. Whether it's fair or not is another conversation, but he's expected to be right there with his peers that I mentioned earlier, making their marks in NCAA basketball. So yeah, I'm finna wrap this up, but overall, I expect Mikey to continue the quality level of play from high school and bring that to UCF, and to show that he's NBA ready, that he's ready to be a pro. So yeah, hopefully we see that this season. I'm not sure about his eligibility and all that, but I do believe when he's cleared to play, he'll make some noise. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think of Mikey's game. Will he be able to hang with his peers and play at a high level? And yeah, I appreciate y'all watching as always. Like the sub if new, all of that, and I'm out.